Hi, welcome to this week's Fireside Chat. It's good to be with you again while John and Mary Phillips smoothly operate the technology, making things go seamlessly. Thank you, Mary and John. Now, you know I love puns, so forgive me for this joke, which features a punny take on iconic music from the 60s. In fact, puns work because of language play. For example, common idioms in English can lead to misunderstandings. Or a generational gap of misunderstanding like this. As we continue to emerge from our household cocoons, a kind of cultural disconnect may be the result. This one, though, is self-explanatory. While this one is just silly. Along with the idea of taking older music lyrics and reimagining them, consider a classic song from the group Buffalo Springfield. Finally, in the heat of the day, here is what happens when a dream of a cool place combines with a deliberately misunderstood baking recipe. As we enter October, wondering where the Delta variant fourth wave is taking us, many of us may wish to chill somewhere safe, like the woman reading inside the fridge. Like the psalmist, we may cry out in despair and in fear, my God, why have you forsaken me? But are we really looking for an answer? Don't ask God, though, to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. In fact, if we don't listen to how the Spirit is guiding us, if we don't actively follow, we may foster a kind of twisted set of beatitudes. I was hungry and you formed a humanities club and discussed my hunger. I was imprisoned and you crept off quietly to your chapel and prayed for my release. I was naked and in your mind you debated the morality of my appearance. I was sick and you knelt and thanked God for your health. I was homeless and you preached to me of the spiritual shelter of the love of God. I was lonely and you left me alone to go and pray for me. You seem so holy, so close to God, but I'm still very hungry and lonely and cold. There is a powerful passage in the first chapter of Proverbs in the Old Testament. From verses 20 to 23, the character of wisdom cries out for justice, for us to get our feet moving for justice. Listen to the passage as wisdom speaks for us today, as well as for then through this video.
Wisdom cries out in the street. In the squares, she raises her voice. At the busiest corner, she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates, she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? Give heed to my reproof. I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make my words known to you, because I have called and you have refused, have stretched out my hand and no one heeded. And because you have ignored all my counsel and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when panic strikes you. when panic strikes you like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their way, and be sated with their own devices. For waywardness kills the simple, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But those who listen to me will be secure and will live at ease without dread of disaster.
One phrase captures me from that reading. It is from verse 31. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way and be sated with their own desires and devices. I often worry that we as a community of faith have lost our way and just occupy ourselves with what interests us instead of listening for the persistent whispers of the divine. Indeed, that whole passage starts with the words, "Wisdom cries out in the street." Are we listening? Moderator Richard Bott reminds us, the church is never closed. Buildings may still be locked, the live stream may go down, but where there is a follower of Jesus doing their best, or for that matter, not really trying at all, there is church. So we, as the church, need to go. We need to go be deep in the Spirit. We need to be bold in our discipleship. We need to be daring in our work for justice. We need to be salt, be seed, be life, and be abundant. You see, the church is never closed. I would add to that we should never forget how far we've come. All the times we've pushed on, even when we felt we just couldn't. Remember all the mornings we got out of bed, no matter how hard it was? All the times we wanted to give up, but fought through another day? Never forget the strength we've gained along the way. Now, these words might seem like pie in the sky in the by and by, especially when we consider the things that seem to divide us in our times of polarizing social media rabbit holes. We easily stake out our territorial opinions, almost daring others to challenge us so we could put them in their place. Instead, what would happen if we were to follow Jesus' example by building relationships with one another across the divides?
I would describe my political views as the new right.
I say that I'm left.
Feminism today is man-hating.
I would describe myself as a feminist, 100%.
I don't believe that climate change exists.
We're not taking enough action on climate change.
I think it's about time these people got off their high horse and started looking for credible problems that actually exist.
It's absolutely critical that trans people have their own voice.
That's not right. You can't, you're a man, be a man, or you're a female, be a female.
Women do need to remember that we need you to have our children.
Could I be friends with someone that says a woman's place is in the home?
Right, okay, well, I'm an expert at flat packs. If you've any trouble, just watch me.
So it looks like I've got your instructions here.
I think so. Let me help you.
This was just that bit there.
Describe what it is like to be you in 5 adjectives.
Okay, frustrating.
Dedicated.
Opinionated,
Lucky.
Ambitious.
offensive,
Solemn. I have ups and downs.
Strong.
I want to say attacked, misunderstood.
Name 3 things you and I have in common.
we're both male, we're both confident, and we're both loudly spoken.
We know each other better than people who've known each other for 10 minutes should.
You seem quite ambitious and positive, and you've got this really, got a glow. Do you know what I'm saying? Your aura's pretty cool.
I'm sensing, are you former military or something?
People have said that, but there is no
Really?
history. So are you then ex-military?
Yeah.
If you're ex-military, I'm very proud of you already.
Well,
So
I grew up in a bit of a rough state. I've experienced homelessness. I've known what it's like to have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely most grateful just for life.
We've only just met, but I think you're the sort of person that would listen to me and we'd have a discussion rather than argue.
Yeah, you could hang out with, man.
let's go. My chance.
Goodness sake.
You're right, mate.
Fitter than I look.
Perfecto.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So basically, I think we just built a bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you are.
Each take a bottle and place it on its corresponding markings on the bar.
Attention, please now stand to watch a short film.
Feminism today is definitely an excuse for misandry, man-hating.
If somebody said to me that climate change is destroying the world, then I'd say that is total piffle.
So transgender, it is very odd. We're not set up to understand or see things like that.
I am a daughter, a wife. I am transgender.
I feel like the battle for feminism definitely isn't done. The fight is never going to be over, if I'm honest with you.
You now have a choice. You may go, or you can stay and discuss your differences over a beer.
I'm only joking.
You had me for a second then.
Well, I'm having a drink.
I'm having a drink.
Yeah.
I want to discuss.
Beer.
Yeah, beer and discuss.
Cheers.
At the end of the day, mate,
About
I've
reaching
enjoyed
out to
working
people,
with you.
yeah. And, you know, even if you wanted to convince people about your point, the productive thing to do would be to sit down and have a
Engage, it's
beer.
engage.
I've been brought up in a way where everything's black and white, but life isn't black and white.
Yeah, I'm just me.
Yeah.
Smash the patriarchy.
I'll give you my mobile number, you give me yours, and we'll keep in touch. I'd have to tell my girlfriend that I'll be texting another girl. She might get a bit upset with that, but I'll have to get round that.
I'll have to tell my girl.
She'll have to lump it.
In light of the video, consider this reality within the circle of life. We come into the world naked, and we will go out of the world naked. We arrive weak and helpless, and we will leave this realm weak and dependent on others. We came without money and things, and we will leave behind all that we have accumulated. In our first bath, someone washed us. In our last bath, someone will wash us. This is the reality of life. So then, why so much malice, so much envy, so much hate, so much resentment, and so much selfishness? Instead, let us be kind to everyone and do good deeds so that our feet are stepping in alignment with Jesus' teaching about loving kindness. We have limited time on earth, so let's not waste it in uselessness. In fact, our job as followers of the way of Jesus is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they are worthy. Let's love difficult people because we're one of them. Consider this. In certain regions of South Africa, when someone does something wrong, they are taken to the center of the village and surrounded by their tribe for 2 days. In those 2 days surrounding that person, the villagers speak of all the good the person has done. The villagers believe each person is good, yet sometimes we all make mistakes, which is really a cry for help. The villagers unite in this ritual to encourage the person to reconnect with their true nature. Their belief is that unity and affirmation have more power to change behavior than shame or punishment. This is known as Ubuntu, humanity toward others. Or, as the late Episcopal Bishop of Newark, the Reverend John Shelby Spong, tells us, divinity is not the opposite of humanity. Divinity is the depth of humanity. The only way any of us can ever be divine is to become so deeply and fully human that we are open to whatever the spirit of divinity is to live in us and through us. Therefore, don't give up on yourself or on the church. Keep fighting for the good. Keep showing up. Keep loving. Keep being kind. Keep being brave. Keep caring. Keep trying new things. Keep showing grace. Keep on keeping on. This world needs you and me and everyone to believe in the good. Don't get me wrong. We need to love ourselves too, and we do so by setting appropriate boundaries in our interactions with one another. I will end this phone call if you continue to shout at me. I need time to think about it. I'll come back to you. I can stay for a half an hour. I don't respond to work emails on the weekend. Thank you for your offer. Unfortunately, I can't make it. I'm not comfortable with that. If you do it again, I will have to leave. I'm not comfortable discussing that. Please do not discuss it with me. I respect your opinion, but this is my life and my decision. When we reach out to others to love them, being kind to them, being brave, showing grace, and caring for them, we love ourselves by setting those boundaries, not in judgment, but in a way to recognize that we are all difficult people. Even so, we are all worthy of understanding. By establishing our own safety, we take ownership of whether we sink or swim, keeping the faith that our ship will come in. At the end of the day, we've just got to say, it's all right. And yeah, you guessed it. Those words are from the song by the Great Big Sea, written by Alan Doyle and Sean McCann. Let's enjoy together in the joy of the possibilities of life, as sung by the Shalway Youth Choir.
I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me. I've got the sun in the sky and all the waters around me.
with some sorrow. It's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. Oh, you know, it's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep the faith that your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, well, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright. Got to say it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me.
Notice that Alan Doyle was able to sing together with his son near the end of the video. When we embrace the loving kindness Jesus taught, we too find the ups and downs of life to be all right. As we look toward the Thanksgiving weekend, I hope and pray that all of you find connections with others where there is love, where you are loved, and where you are valued, and where you feel safe. Thanks once again to David Skinner and Terry Boyd, who upload these videos to our YouTube channel so you can find them. Sometimes YouTube doesn't have copyright settings that eliminate. Sometimes YouTube has copyright settings that eliminate a video we want to include, even when we make every effort to ensure we don't violate copyright. Terry and David keep on top of all of that. It makes a difference to me to know how well this is all accomplished. I want to share with you a blessing written by Ralph Waldo Emerson as both prayer and blessing to end our time together. This is my wish for you: comfort on difficult days, smiles when sadness intrudes, rainbows to follow the clouds, laughter to kiss your lips, sunsets to warm your heart, hugs when spirits sag, beauty for your eyes to see, friendships to brighten your being, faith so that you can believe, confidence for when you doubt, courage to know yourself, patience to accept the truth, love to complete your life. Until next week's Fireside Chat, enjoy the coming holiday weekend. Goodbye.